Thanks a lot for your time. Thanks a lot for joining another day with us, and also to have this nice time with Path Academy today. We have a really special day with our amazing professional, Alina, and we wanna have another day of celebration, another day of graduation, virtual graduation in our title Building System Specialist. And we are really happy, and also we have these great feelings about what we were developing and also enjoying during last month with Alina. And also we want to share she's an amazing professional 4x4. She can afford and develop a lot of different type of projects, but we want to talk today about her project final title, Hypermix, and also how he was exploring, developing, and using Rhino inside Revit to create this nice environment, mixing urban typologies and a really nice personalized touch and interior life inside the project that we think we want to start, first of all, presenting and sharing her video that I think is the most important today. And also that we can have some words with her and also some questions and open this amazing work that is for us a great pleasure to present today with all of you. We will... Okay. We will start the video screen. Okay, we hope it's ready. So let's start. Okay, what's starting again?
Yes, guys.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Thanks a lot for your work. We will share you the time to explain and say some words about this amazing work, Alina. Thanks. And also, yeah, now is your day, is your moment. Let's celebrate it. Thanks.
Thanks very much, guys. And yeah, firstly, thanks to all of you guys who've taken some time out of your schedule to join and celebrate a little bit. And yeah, thanks to Paz for setting this up and for all your support and guidance and creating this great title. So they already mentioned I'm an architect. I'm Australian, so I did my studies in Australia, but I'm based in London now. I've been for the last 10 years doing kind of like a mixture of architecture and urban design projects. So yeah, I guess I can skip into the project a little bit. So for my projects, I took the example of kind of mid-scale, medium density, mixed use urban projects, hence the term Hypermix. And it kind of reflects the type of projects I work on in practice. So for me, that seemed a logical direction to take the challenge. I know quite a few of you come from fields other than architecture, so I guess us architects and urban designers had a bit of an advantage for this final project challenge. So yeah, I guess the main idea is taking those typical city ingredients, if you like, and to create kind of sustainable neighborhoods, successful neighborhoods, necessitates the successful integration of these different uses: living, working, leisure, transport, nature, so on. So these become the kind of ingredients of the project. And it kind of looks to create several of these different typologies and start to drive them with some simple design intentions and variables as a kind of stepping stone into real world projects, I suppose. And these kind of include the typical things of density, mix, height, scale, site coverage, open space, aspect, so on and so forth. So I guess for me, these are always changing and evolving in every project you work on as the project goes along. So yeah, I suppose I'm particularly interested in spatial organization and typology. So that's kind of where the focus of the project sort of was for me. How to create successful spaces in both dwellings and in the collective spaces of the city. So yeah, I guess these sort of typologies are arranged in quite archetypal ways: streets, courtyards, yards, green space, public terraces, private space. And each of these kind of generates different qualities: level of enclosure, function, light, use, so on. And that diversity and sort of adjacency adds to richness of any city. So yeah, I guess the project's not really radical in the typologies it creates. It's quite sort of, I guess, typical, if you like, but it's sort of a reflection of like my first step into how to kind of translate the skills that we learned in the course and how to apply the sort of various tools to develop these parts and improve our workflow and design iteration on a daily basis. I mean, also I was brand new to twin motion, as maybe a lot of you were, I don't know. So that was kind of fun. Yeah, so I kind of enjoyed like zooming into the human scale and kind of projecting on like the activities and the kind of atmosphere of the spaces, and putting some fun into it that way. And yeah, that was a really nice new tool to learn to kind of assess and communicate ideas. Yeah, so I guess I could talk a little bit about the systems itself if you want, or am I talking too much? I don't know. Perhaps give me a nod or continue.
Feel totally free. It's your day, Alina. It's your moment, so enjoy it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go in a little bit. I guess the sort of base input for the different typologies was usually like a curve that would be representing the building footprint, or like a facade line, for example. And that could be drawn and modified by the user in a really simple way. And I guess I sort of wanted to leave space for users in the definition to sort of be able to customize, create sort of custom layouts really easily. Like, for example, rather than generating everything from a grid, which can be quite rigid sometimes, user can draw some very simple curves that define the contour of an apartment building, for example, and that can then generate the different building elements from there. So yeah, I guess for example, the office building typology based on a very simple footprint curve that then generates kind of exoskeleton structural skeleton and allows a kind of free interior. That was then infilled with a system of window panels / window families that could be modified by the user based on kind of pattern or opacity or other kind of parameters. And the kind of internal skin was sort of set back on two opposite sides that the user could determine to allow for external space for the occupants, but also building shading and stuff like that. Yeah, so ultimately I didn't quite get to it, but it would have been nice to input more of the analysis side, so to take feedback loop in a fuller circle. So, as you're iterating through, you can pull data off that about floor space area or orientation or facade openness, and then use that to feed back into the system. And the residential typologies, I kind of had like two sort of residential sort of types on there, one with the kind of horizontal banding and sort of gradient as you go up the building, with semi-recessed balconies and sort of three-part arrangement. And the other one with a sort of spiky street facade with the asymmetrical bay windows. So yeah, again, those were both driven by user-defined input curves for the contour of the building. And the definition, well, also the one with the banding was kind of also looked at internal layouts of the apartments that could then generate your area boundaries in Revit and your areas at levels and things. And it kind of was also sort of sorting through the contour of the building to find different lengths of curves that would be defining the balconies to apply different wall types to those, and kind of creating this really simple gradient up the height of the building. Yeah, I mean, I can maybe go into more detail about anything if anybody has any questions, but yeah, thanks very much, guys, for your time, and yeah, cheers.
Thanks for your work. Thanks for your professional works. And also we want to say Alina is not new in this world. She's a computational designer and using Rhino Grasshopper since a long time. And of course, being urban planning is a 4x4. She's doing a lot of different type of projects. And of course, she, as she says, she's an architect. So she have this nice and deep mentality, how to achieve the projects, how to face and have these boundaries and balance between technical requirements and also having the best results. So for us, was a challenge also to have her in our title because yeah, of course, she have this experience during so many years. So of course, the profession that they are coming, we want to give them something useful, something a big value for their professional life, no, and also that they are feeling what they are learning, they can really apply in their normal day work. So for us, it was also a pleasure to enjoy with her, and also the amazing questions and how did she like to go with the technical details, of course. But today is a day to enjoy with her work, with all the projection that he saw today, and also with this way that we can work at the same time that we are playing, changing, discovering, thinking, and visualizing directly how the urban planning can work and create social situations, no, in our design. So we think these levels, these values, and also the tools that we are learning at the same time that they are coming, let's say, is something that is really changing our normal day work, and also the way how we exchange and we think, no, in the development of the projects. We want to also open the questions if someone of our BSS or the ones that they are studying have a question for Alina, because I mean, it's a great opportunity. She have a really amazing knowledge, and we think it's a nice moment if someone have a question. If not, we will do it because we are always really curious. Marco?
Well, first of all, congratulations, Alina. I think your work is like really, really amazing. I'm not an architect, but when I saw your project, it was really nice because, I mean, parametric design doesn't have to be like crazy geometries. And the other thing is that I could like really imagine myself living in a small city like the one you have shown. And yeah, it's really possible to appreciate that there is a balance between outdoor space, indoor space, the gardens, and yeah, it's a really nice project. You can see the intention that it wasn't just putting geometry here and there without reason. There was something to it that really made it a nice place to be.
Cheers. Thanks, Marco, for your nice words. It's true, I'm not particularly, I don't really do crazy geometry. Most of the sort of my use of Grasshopper over the years has been probably like 75% for analysis only, and maybe 25% for drawing geometry. But yes, more about subtlety for me in the system, like small variations. And once you kind of know how you want to structure the relationship between things, you can then play with those small variables, which is, yeah, for me, the kind of interesting part of it.
We want to add, Alina is really nice saying 75% analysis, but also is cleaning with the more.
That's the other 25%. There's no drawing of geometry, actually.
It's a big percent, yeah. And thanks a lot, Marco, for your question. Marco, we were enjoying with him some weeks ago with a brilliant presentation inside the title. And also we are really engaged with him, and we will continue, because yeah, it's amazing the way how he achieved and how he was designing and leading the title. Anyone is having more questions? Or we will start with our, let's say, internal party. Okay, we will close with some nice words, and also if Alina want to join, but what we want to share is we are really proud of the work of Alina, also with dealing with technical problems or where everything was happening. She was always there, positive, with a nice attitude, working really hard. And this is finally what we get now, this attitude from the professionals, that the problems are coming, and it's not a matter about technical issues, or no, it's about this attitude to continue working, achieving the results, going for them, and also having this nice mood and time with her. So we want to give an extra value for her attitude during these months, and also how she achieved this final project. That for us was an amazing pleasure to be with her. I don't know if you want to share.
Thanks. No, the feeling's mutual. It's been a pleasure, and you guys have been very supportive and always active when there's been questions, and there to give a push as well. So thanks for that. But yeah, no, I think the course is really really interesting, because it targets that specific, not only visual programming, but yeah, for me, it was the link between Rhino and Revit, link between ArchiCAD and Rhino, which it makes it quite unique. And you know, the way it's structured, it really is yeah, really cool. So well done for that again. Thank you very much, guys, and thanks everybody as well for joining and taking time out of your schedules.
Thanks to you, Alina. Today is your day, and now we will continue with our internal party review.